I guess you could say I'm an ambivert. Because if people are rude to me, I'm just rude right back to them. But I care about people that are less fortunate than me and try to go out of my way to help them. Until they show me disrespect, I have no reason to disrespect them. When people are disrespectful towards me, I usually just cut them off and stop talking to them. And if they message me more, I just delete their messages without reading them. Or I press the block button. Or I laugh at them and press the block button. But they don't stick around too long. Narcissists and I have had our fair share of each other, to where I'm not empathic towards narcissists anymore, but I used to be. I've allowed narcissistic people to actually live in my house, or my apartment, when I had a bigger apartment in Olympia. Twice. Actually, a couple different people in 2 different apartments. I'd let them stay in my apartment and sleep with their girlfriends while I took the couch. I was that giving and that empathic. But at the same time, I wasn't going out there and actually like finding the homeless. Like, I feel sorry for you if you're homeless, and if you're like living on the streets, I might go out there and bring you food, just because I feel like kindness brings people happiness. But if you're rude to me, you could have written me a blank check and it wouldn't matter. I would just cut you off. And I'm certainly not going to let people in my house that aren't authorized to be in my apartment, either by being blood relatives or friends that I've known for years and years and years and years. If we've just met today and you want to hang out with me, well, I hope you like playing board games, because if not, we're having sex and I'm not gay. If you want to be gay, that's fine. You can go to the Blind Buck, but you better watch out. The Globe is a bit of a dangerous place. People tend to spike drinks in there, especially if you're a woman. So I would imagine that the gay community has had to face their fair share of assholes too. But it's like the one gay club in Spokane. If you're in Seattle, go to Cremwork, meet all the gay you want, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being gay. If you're homeless, go to a homeless shelter. Because I've let enough couch surfers sleep in my apartments that I'm just not going to allow it anymore. Unless you're like coming into my house to have sex with me, or play board games with me, or you're authorized to be here, or your family. Hopefully if you're family, you wouldn't stay too long and be imposing, unless you wanted to play a board game or something. But whatever. That's what I mean. I'm an ambivert. There's some stuff that I just don't care about. If you're going to insult me, I'm going to insult you back. If you're going to call me a schizo or a creep, I'm going to call you white trash. Just to get you to shut up for a second. If you call me anything, I'm going to call you something. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. And if you just leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. That's sort of my empathic part, is if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Unless I have something to give you and I don't want to impose too much. Christians will go in and help, and then they'll impose themselves into the situation a lot. Unless you go to their situation. You should never let Christians or religious people in your house if you're not religious, unless you're going to give them a stern talking to. If you want to be converted to religion, use the internet. But I'm warning you, religious people are some of the biggest assholes on the planet. And that doesn't excuse atheists, because I'm not saying atheists out there give to the homeless. But yada, 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 we've been through this before. If I have money, I'll buy hamburgers or KFC and run out to the homeless and show them some graciousness for a minute and then come back. I'm not going to put them on blast, because that's rude. But, that's what I mean. Ambiversion is where I'm at.